guys, it's Stephanie from Lindy Stitches, here with this bum to give you my February update. I have a giant pile of stuff to show you, and the bigger the pile has gotten, the harder it has been for me to sit down and make this video. Not only because I don't like hearing the sound of my own voice for more than 20 minutes, but also because it's just really hard. Here at home, my husband works from home, and my children are home all day, as you can probably hear right now. I struggle with the mess that Flosstube videos makes as well. Because my children are out there, unsupervised, they are undoubtedly making a mess. And then I'm in here making a giant mess too, with all of my whips and Q-snapping everything, and it's just a lot of work. And so I'm going to try to make it a little bit easier on myself. I'm going to try to do this in like segments. So I thought, what if I just sat down and did a short segment with a finish, a whip, a Lindy Stitches pattern that I've written that I'd like to show to you, and something I've purchased. Just do those 4 things, get up, clean up my mess, go rah, 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 at the kids, and then maybe do another round if I feel like it. And if I don't, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. Whatever. So let's get started. Let's start with my newest pattern, which is the Napoleon Dynamite Sampler. It looks like this. So quite a few of you were so excited about this that I've sold quite a few copies of this pattern already, and I just want to thank you if you were one of those people. This is just straight from my heart. This is the biggest pattern I've written yet. It turns out to be like an 11 by 14 if you do it on 14 count, which I know a lot of people don't use 14 count. Alright, I'm just pulling it up on my computer. And it could have been bigger than that. I actually just like went at it, just did motifs and my favorite lines from the movie, and I just kept going until I realized, you know, this is getting pretty big, and I measured it and I was like, whoa. So I had to cut it back and kind of like rearrange everything and make sure all my favorite parts were in there, because like I said, I could have just kept going and going. I could have made like wallpaper. I mean, that's how much I love that movie. So, yeah, it has my favorite parts. We're getting a little low on steaks. It has Uncle Rico's van, Kip's computer. He's been chatting online with babes all day. Your mom goes to college. I like your sleeves, they're real big. I caught you a tasty bass. I mean, I had a blast making that, and I'm thankful that a lot of you liked it too, so that's great. Alright, so that's the Napoleon Dynamite Sampler. Everything I'm going to talk about down below. Whips, fabrics, whatever, down below, because I can never remember all the details that are important. So let me show you a finish next. This piece I had finished during my last video, but I didn't show it to you because I was just talking about, I don't even remember why I didn't show it to you, whatever. It is by Margaret Sherry, and it is called A Helping Hand. This was in the World of Cross Stitching, I think the November issue, but the details will be down below. Here's what it looks like. I love this project. I needed this project. I was getting really tired of my big whips, and I just started this on a whim, and I worked on it constantly. It took me about 5 weeks to complete. And I finished it on Christmas Day. And that was really fun. I thought, man, I should set myself up for a finish every Christmas, because it was just, I don't know, something special. I mean, you don't get very many finishes during the year, and to be like sitting around all cozy on Christmas, and the kids were playing with their new toys, and you're watching Christmas movies. It was just really fun to be able to finish something. So this is on 14 count silk weaver. It's a one-off, so it has some blue modeling. It is called Damask Aida. So the Aida has some shimmer. Every other square has like a sheen to it. It's really pretty. They don't make it anymore, sadly, because it's a really neat fabric. I really enjoyed working on it. And as you can see, it is not stiff and thick like Aida normally is. It feels like an even weave. It's really flexible and soft and lovely, and I really enjoyed working on this. The only thing that I wish I wouldn't have done, and I need some advice on white stitching, and you'll see later on that I bought a pattern that has like 4 skeins of white in it. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but so on 14 count I normally use 3 strands to get the best coverage. This red, you know, I didn't want to see the blue through the red, and I have admitted that I am a coverage freak, and I will go overboard, and knowingly go overboard. Like, I know this is too much, but I have to have the coverage. Well, I think everything looks fine. I bumped up the white to 4 strands, which is extreme. I know it's extreme, but I did... the white. We all complain about the white, and it's... It's just... I think the whole thing looks fine except for the snowflakes. My coverage is so thick that it literally just... They're so 3D that it just looks like chunks of snow are just falling straight out of the sky, like dangerous chunks of snow. But this was so much fun, and I love a good backstitch, and to backstitch that cat was just a blast. So, A Helping Hand by Margaret Sherry, and I love Margaret Sherry, and I have already purchased another of her cat patterns, which I will show you in a few minutes. Okay, so that's my finish. I'll show you my whip next, which is completely wrinkly and horrible looking. It is Elizabeth's Needlework Designs Antique Celtic Sampler. I always want to call this Here There Be Monsters, but that's not the title of it. I've been working on this at the table when I'm doing school with the kids, and for all you homeschooling moms out there, I really recommend cross-stitch. Duh, like, why would you be watching this if you don't cross-stitch? But cross-stitching really keeps me sane while we're homeschooling. I used to, before I cross-stitched so much, I used to help them and then get up and like try to do 4 dishes, and like, then they, Mom, you know, calling for me. And for some reason it always drives me crazy when my kids yell for me across the house. It shouldn't, but it does. And then I'm going back. It just was like super hectic and annoying, but I didn't want to just like sit there and stare at them doing a math problem. So cross-stitching keeps me at the table. It gives me something to do so that I'm happy to wait for them. I'm just sitting there, and I can set it down when they're ready for me, pick it back up when I still need to be there. You know, it's just the perfect hobby for homeschooling moms. So, God, this is terrible. Here's where I am. I'm almost done with this. All that I need to do is fill in this snake guy, who is my husband, and then write the text and the year down in this square. But I gave myself some, this is me, I gave myself some Maybelline Great Lash. I don't even know. Is that even a mascara? I gave myself some mascara. And I so wished when I had stitched these toes that I'd put some toenail polish on there. I could go back and add it, I suppose, on top. I don't know, maybe. I just think that would have been great too. And then the fish, I gave 2 of them blue eyes and eyelashes for girls, and then the last one just has a blue eye for the boy. So, this is our family portrait. Here There Be Monsters. This is a fun project. And that's all I have to say about that. Alright, stash, haul, purchase, whatever you want to call it. I I had a Civil War hangover. After I read Gone with the Wind, which, by the way, I so enjoyed all of your comments about books, and I don't think I'm normally going to do that because I don't want to, whatever. I'm not very eloquent about talking about books, despite the fact that I was an English major. What was I saying? Oh, I enjoyed your comments about Gone with the Wind and different books that you had read, and I wrote down a bunch of book recommendations that people gave me, which thank you. That was fun, and now I have a bunch of great books to read this year. But yeah, I had a total Civil War hangover after Gone with the Wind. I mean, it's 1,000 pages, and you're just so absorbed in the time period. Well then, shortly after I finished it, I went to Fancy Works, and they had a model stitched of this piece, and I went and bought it because it's, I don't even know, but now I'm questioning myself because, well, I'll just show you what it is first. It's Silver Creek Sampler's Seeds of Freedom, and of course the model is way much prettier than this picture as usual. It just was really vibrant and lovely. And okay, so I will go ahead and read you the verse. It says, "'Twas 1861, the Civil War had just begun. In 1863, Lincoln declared all slaves free. In 1865, few good men were left alive. I'll pay respects to all I owe and help their seeds of freedom grow." I don't know that I will ever stitch this. I think it's pretty. I like the text. I don't know. I'm not huge on patriotic pieces. Like 1 week in July, I will think, oh, I want to stitch something with an American flag, and then it passes. Like, I'm over it real quick. I think it's the colors, honestly. I don't like navy and dark red, and so when it's like a patriotic piece, I don't connect with it at all, and so I'm blaming it on the hangover. I do think this is pretty. Maybe in July I'll get all fired up about it and stitch it, but whatever. It's in my stash now. Let's talk Giant Harry Potter. I had scheduled this out. I started it when? In June. I scheduled it out, kind of line, chunk by chunk, to finish it in July. And finishing something on Christmas was just so fun that I thought, what if I push this along and tried to finish it when we go on vacation, which is in June. Yeah, June. That would be fun. So let's pick up the pace a bit and go for a June finish. And then I started working on it. I'll just show you where I got. So last time I showed you doing this on 32 count light blue lugana with some Petite treasure braid mixed in. Last time I showed you, I had gotten to this Expecto Patronum, and so, gosh, I cat hair on the mouth. So sophisticated. Okay, so I started going at this and thought, screw it. I'm done. I'm done! Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I did not like it so much that I just finished it because I was like, I don't want to come come back to this again and again. I just don't. I need to finish it. I have to get this out of my life, and quitting is not an option. So I started, you know, my original aim was to get this row done, and then once I started this row, I thought I'd had it. I'm like, that's it. This is over. So I said, you have to do, Stephanie, you have to do a person every single day until it's done. And so that's what I did. I did a person every single day, and then if I had extra stitching time, I did, you know, one of the other things, and I got this done. Now, I'm hating on it, and I don't mean to. I don't mean any, whatever. I'm not saying anything bad about Cloud's Factory. This is an amazing design. Yes, the pattern's expensive. I think it's worth it. I mean, as a designer, I know how much work this took. It took a lot of work, and it's a beautiful piece. It's fun. My kids love it. They can't wait. They're fighting over whose room it goes into. I can't say enough good about the design. It's adorable. I just didn't enjoy stitching it, and I wish I could. I wish I could have enjoyed every stitch, but it's done now. I'm glad that I did it, but live and learn. Harry Potter's done. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's done. It kind of put me into this funk. I mean, pushing myself to finish that was good. Once it was like not an option to work on anything else, I kind of actually enjoyed it a little bit more, because it was just like, this is not optional, you're gonna do this, and if you want to cross stitch, this is what you have to do. I did actually enjoy it more. I don't know what the weird thing about limiting myself so strictly was. It didn't kill my stitchy bug, amazingly. I thought it would. I thought it'd, you know, drive me a little bit batty, and then I'd give up cross stitching forever. But it didn't, and what was I trying to say? It really made me question, it's really put me into super analyzing every project that I take on from now on, because I don't want to get into that situation again where I have this giant whip and I don't enjoy it. So I'm going to say this: if you are contemplating starting Giant Harry Potter and you have not done a Cloud's Factory pattern before, just be prepared. This is a bunch of those little people, and those little people are easy to stitch, yes. They are not quick to stitch. Each one took me over an hour to get done, and so it's a lot. I mean, that is a huge piece, and if you want to get through it in a year, sometimes I hear people kind of naively say that they're going to get this done in such and such amount of time, and I don't want to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not laughing at you for your hopes, because I have stupid naive hopes that I'm going to conquer things in a certain amount of time too. We all do, but I just want to tell you that this takes a lot of stitchy time, and if you want to get through this in a year, you are going to have to knock out at least a line and a half a month. That's what it comes down. I mean, you can cut it up yourself. You're going to have to knock out at least a line and a half a month if you want to finish this in a year. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to get through it. And I'm just putting it out there because I slogged through this, and I know how long it takes, and it's not a quick project. And it's also hard to get through if you don't enjoy simple color block stitching, because that's all it is. And it's adorable and cute and fantastic. Yes, But those are my notes about Giant Harry Potter. Mine is complete. You want to see my favorite part? My very favorite part of this whole piece is, where is he? Okay, here he is. Alright, now I'm going to fold this back, and then I'm going to noisily focus the camera. Are you ready? My favorite part of this piece is Mad Eye Moody's French Knot Googly Eye. How stinking cute is that? I forced my husband to look at it like 3 times. Like, honey, his googly eye! Oh, it's so cute! Yeah, honey. I love that. Okay. Okay, one more note, and I'm sorry if you're not a giant Harry Potter stitcher, but a lot of you are, so I just want to say this. I wish that I had fixed the bottom corners. They don't make sense to me. I love the top. And if you want my Petite Treasure Braid numbers, I will put them down below. But the bottom, let me stand up again. I could wear this as a dress. Alright, so the top, this is Gryffindor, this is Slytherin, and then this is Hufflepuff, and this is Ravenclaw. But because the Ravenclaw blue is the same blue that is throughout the entire border, I think it looks not so great. It just looks like another corner. The Hufflepuff corner sticks out because it's yellow, but then the Ravenclaw corner just blends in because that's what color the rest of the border is. And I don't know how you would fix that. There would be different options, but I obviously didn't take advantage of making that corner stand out like the other one does. But for those of you stitching it, I don't know. That just it just kind of bugs me a little bit that one corner pops so much and the other one just completely recedes into the piece. Okay, that's all I have to say about Giant Harry Potter. The whip I'm going to show you is my Song of Solomon ship sampler. I am loving this piece after working on Giant Harry Potter, which has hardly any details or backstitching on it. I have gotten to backstitch heaven on Song of Solomon. This is by Mirabilia. She has an Etsy shop where you can purchase this pattern. I did take my Instagram poll. I had a green, a brown, and a magenta picked out for the ship, and I could not decide for the life of me. And then the results showed that overwhelmingly I should put in the green ship. So I proceeded to do that. I got 10 stitches in, and there was something off with the tone of that green and this fabric. I mean, it looked great when I just threw the thing on there, but when I actually stitched it in, it was off. It did not look good. So I thought, well, I'll do the brown, even though it was the least popular option. Whatever. Put the brown in, and I thought, what am I doing? I can't just do a plain old brown ship. This is like supposed to be a very vibrant piece. I can't wimp out with the brown ship. So I ripped that out, and I'm putting in the magenta, and I'm very happy with how this is looking. I love it. I love this piece so much. And I mean, I am not even halfway through the backstitching on this ship. I mean, it's just crazy backstitching. But I love backstitch. This is so much fun. So much fun. I'm not even done with one of these masts yet. I think I'm going to do the people in a different color, maybe brown. The only thing that I question, and maybe if you've done some really big back stitches like this, maybe you have something to say. But for the straight lines, I can do a regular length back stitch, maybe 2 stitches long, and it looks nice. If I'm going directly diagonal, I can make it look nice. But these lines right here on the masts, they have like no point of reference where you can park the stitch and carry it on so that it's not one long stitch. I tried to just kind of break it up a bit so that it wasn't one giant long stitch, but it looked terrible. So these stitches right here are just, you know, I could put my finger under them if I tried. They're just one giant line, and they looked the nicest that way, and I don't, like, I'm trying to keep my tension nice. I don't know. Maybe that's a really bad decision. Now that I took it off the Q-snap and it's not so tight, they're kind of puffing up a bit. I don't know. I just really didn't like how it, because they're not going, they hardly ever hit the diagonal. I don't know. Advice? Comments? I mean, do you see what I mean? Do I need to do a noisy, like, look. Here. Let's zoom in. See that? These stitches right here. See? Now when they're tight in the Q-snap, they lay great. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. I love this piece though. I really love it. Alright. Next pattern I released is called Let's Hibernate, and I wrote that during like the only cold spell that we've had all winter. It is a cute little piece with polar bears and bunnies and squirrels. I'll put an image of it right here. Okay, that's that. Just a cute little winter cozy piece. I forget what I was doing. Oh, haul will be next. What do you want to see? Oh, I will tell you about the Russian pattern I bought. I saw a picture of this on Instagram and went on a mad search for it. Of course it was Russian. I get into these situations a lot. I don't know. It was a Russian company, and I've heard other people talk about this on Stitch Mania, that they were some sort of foreign country, didn't speak English, you gotta pay for it weird. This actually went pretty well, and I would recommend it to other people if you were interested, but this is called Harry Potter and the Owl, and here's what it looks like. Do you think I want to stitch that after Giant Harry Potter? No. But isn't it pretty? I like it for one reason, and it's that you can, when you look at it again. When you look at it, you can sense that feeling between the person and their pet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the way they're looking at each other is so lovely and charming. I had to buy it. So I got in contact with these people through their Instagram. I ended up forwarding money through PayPal to the designer herself, who I could tell was using Google Translate to talk to me. But whatever, it was only like 10 bucks, I think. So anyway, that's in my stash if I ever need to do more Harry Potter. And I think it's pretty. So, moving on. What was next? I'm so confused. So the next whip I have to show you is And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor. Looks like this. And I made it to the big tree in the middle, which means I'm almost halfway done. This is the polar opposite of Giant Harry Potter. I sincerely enjoy working on this piece. It's just pure joy for me. I'm stitching this on 32 count antique white lugana. Can you see it? Yeah, okay. And hopefully next time you'll get to see the verse that I picked out for the middle. It is perfect. I'm excited. It's about trees. It is a Bible verse. And that's all I'll tell you till next time. I don't have any more finishes to show, but I have more haul. I bought 2 Mirabilias. I love, like, I think they're so pretty. Kelly's Siren in the Shipwreck. It's like painfully wonderful to look at. And then Running Stitch, I can't remember her first name. She just finished Christmas in London. I think they're gorgeous. But for some reason I don't want to stitch one, and I've never have wanted to stitch one. I can't see them on my wall. I don't know. But then I watched Mackenzie's Mirabilia collection video, and for some reason this one jumped out at me. And I know that was like a year ago, but I just now purchased it. Thought, what the heck, fine. It's this one. I'll put it over here. It's the Woodland Fairie. I don't even know why I like this. I really don't. And I don't know that I'm going to bring it to life, because I don't know how I feel about this hanging on my wall. I don't know. Maybe if I had a baby and this would, I think this would be a pretty nursery piece, but like, what am I gonna do? Like, put it in my bathroom? I don't know. And I mean no offense to anybody who's like wallpapered their walls with Mirabilias. Like, that's great. I mean, that's awesome. I would love to see that. But I'm not even a yellow person. I don't know why I like this. Maybe I shouldn't question it and just go for it. I don't know. Then, you know, I was on Stash Unload. As all good stories begin. I was on Stash Unload, and I saw this one that I've never seen before. It is called, it's an out of print, and I get it for $10. It's called Ashley's Roses. I don't know. I was actually starting to kit this up, and I realized how big it is. It is 202 by 266. She's a big lady. I'm drawn to this because of the aqua, the aqua and the red. I am a sucker for that. I mean, Frosty, Helping Hand, Margaret Sherry, aqua and red. I love it. I think she's really pretty. But look at all that white. Remember I was talking about white before? Yeah, I don't know. Here's my question, and maybe I should ask this on Stitch Mania, but is all white equally bad? Like, is there another brand of white that lays nicely and has good coverage, and you don't have to bulk up the strands to get it to look nice? Or railroad? I am not railroading. Don't tell me to railroad. I'm not going to. But she calls for 3 skeins of white. So I don't know that I'm ever going to do this one either, but there they are. She's pretty. I can almost see her on my wall, but she's big and she's got 3 skeins of white. So I don't know about that. There's my Mirabilias. The last Lindy Stitches pattern I have to show you is also inspired by Napoleon Dynamite. I'm sorry. It's called Always and Forever, and it is inspired by Kip's wedding song. Here's what it looks like. Fully customizable for any couple that met in a chat room. I love my life. I really do. I made this pattern literally yesterday, and I made it and I got the final images done, and I was just like, it's so random, but I just get such a big kick out of it. I love it. One of my favorite things that I got in the mail this month was some hand-dyed floss from Angela at Color and Cotton. These are perfection. I'll just say that. They're perfection. The colors are gorgeous. They're not crazy wild. I know she might put out some crazy wild ones. I'm okay with that, but they are so luxurious. Now, I am not a hand-dyed floss expert by any means. I will probably never claim to be one, but these are so nice. You get 8 yards. They are soft. They lay on this nicely. Now, I won't say who this is. I'll cover up the tag. I don't like this. I don't like how it's all knotted up here. I think that's a cat hair. Okay. I don't like that. And I know you just undo it, but then you're I don't like that. This is so nice. You get so much of it. Here's other, I won't tell you who it is, brand. I much prefer this. The best thing about this is that they're color fast. Hold the bacon, they're color fast. Which is becoming to me a little more important. I want the opportunity to wash my work. I really do. And well, I love you know, the zillions of hand-dyed flosses that lots of different people put out. I want the option to be able to wash it if I want to wash it. If I suddenly decide, you know what, this piece would be a good pillow, I want to be able to make it into a pillow that can be washed. And, you know, a lot of these, it's like, well, sorry, no, you can't wash this. I don't like that. So, to me, okay, best part, it's only $10. You get 5 skeins, free shipping, so that makes them $2 each. In case you need math help, that makes them $2 each, which is like, Angela, you should be charging more, but don't say that you did it because I said so. Okay, so here is a sampler thread. Now I know this is comparing oranges to apples. These serve 2 different purposes. Sampler threads are for when you want that authentic, antique look with your threads. I understand these 2 things are not the same. But when I compare how much I paid for this and how much I'm getting to this and how much I'm getting, this doesn't even feel as nice as this one does. And I don't want to I'm not bashing sampler threads. I understand that I mean, if you want a certain look, you have to use, you use these things, and I'm sure you love them. But for me, when the 250, 260, 270, a little doodad starts adding up, I don't. Angela at Color and Cotton, check out her floss monthly subscription, because I'm subscribed and I can't wait. I mean, these are so pretty. The cat just put his leg in the air like he don't care, so I had to stop the video. The last thing I think I have to show you is yet another pattern. It is a Margaret Sherry cat pattern. I will put the info down below because I don't remember what issue this is from. I just have a digital image, and it is a cat riding a bike. Here it is. Okay, now the general pattern is super cute. I always say that, super cute. It's super cute. And, but let me tell you the detail that got me. It's the cat's toes on the bike pedal. Do you ever look at a pattern and you're like, I'm buying it just for that little tiny part because I can't help myself. Okay, look again. Look at the cat's toes on the bike pedal. No words. Nope. I got some fabric. I lied. You want to see it? You dig around. Okay, I got a couple of pieces of hand-dyed stuff from Sept. I got these on eBay though. Whatever. You don't want all my buying stories, do you? This is 32 count linen in Abyss. Here's what it looks like. And I think I'm going to put my Long Dog Sampler's Noah's Ark piece on this. I hope. It is pretty dark though, so I'm gonna have to make it a only under the light project, which I don't ever like doing that, but that's Abyss. And then I bought this little piece. This is an opalescent toasted almond Belfast 32 count. I thought this was a really pretty color. Okay. Jen from Delicious Threads said all the sweet things about me, made me blush, and she needs to knock it off. But thank you, Jen. You're really nice to me. And I think you're awesome too. Let's be best buds. Okay, so I need to do my tag you're awesome. I need to pass that forward. I just really like / love a lot of you, so I'm having trouble. Tag you're awesome, Kelly from Evergreen Needle. I love you, girl. You do the most beautiful stitching, and I love your cats, and you're awesome. From my heart to yours, you are awesome. The other person I want to pass that along to is Dena at Half Stitch Cross Stitch. I will put both of these channels down below. Dena is the sweetest person I have ever watched, ever. If you've watched her videos, you know, she just like oozes sweetness. She's so, her giggle, like I want her giggle to be my phone ringtone. I love her laugh. I love her personality. She's just so nice. I wish she was my next door neighbor. I was thinking about her this morning and I thought, you know, I can't even imagine her being angry. Like, I wonder if Dena ever gets angry. I can't even picture that in my head. She's just so sweet. So tag you're awesome, Dena. I love your projects and keep on stitching, girl. Dena actually made me a couple scissor fobs and I want to show them to you. I was cleaning out my jewelry box and I have, I'm sure ladies you have this too, you have like one earring and you haven't thrown it away because that earring has some sort of sentimental value. I have earrings and little pieces from my childhood that are just jumbling around in there, and why do I even have them? I don't know. And I thought about Dena and that she could make me some scissor fobs out of these weird little knickknacks that I have no purpose whatsoever, and now I'm using them. So she made me, I picked out 2 pieces and sent them to her, and she made me these scissor fobs. So sweet. So here's the first one. So this was in my jewelry box. This was on a necklace. I am never, you know, it's a lizard on a little ball. I got this in a family vacation, so it has like sentimental value to me, but I have no use for it. So she made me the scissor fob, and it looks great with my antique scissors. Wait a minute. Do you know what a scissor fob is for? Because I just figured this out a couple months ago. I literally thought scissor fobs were just like jewelry for your scissors, and I thought that is the weirdest thing. I don't know why people do that. That is... What? Why are you putting jewelry on your scissors? Then it hit me. They're so you can find your scissors. I can be ignorant sometimes. They're so you can find your scissors. Also, if you're like me and you put your scissors right on the arm of the chair, you knock them over 42 times a session, right? Well, when you have this, it gives it a place to hang on to the chair so that they're not falling off the chair. And if they do fall off the chair, you can find them. I'm sure that was educational for no one, because you probably already knew that. Here's the other one that she made for me. It's a little bunny on a swing, and she put my name on it. Stephanie. This was an earring. Oh yeah. This was an earring. Bunnies on swings hanging from my ears. My mom did not censor my choices in middle school at all, and this is what I ended up doing. Trolls were very popular in middle school, and I had a pair of troll earrings. They were like this big, and they had rainbow hair up to my ears, so you can picture that. I also had a perm, because that's what you did in the early 90s. And braces, so you could just picture that. Perm, trolls, braces. Yeah. Family photos that you need to destroy before your mom puts them on the internet. That's all I have. Can you believe it? I don't even know how long this video will end up being. Thank you for hanging with me if you did. Tag, you're all awesome. You're all awesome. I am on Instagram at Lindy Stitches. My store is at lindystitches.com. Keep on stitching and sharing and making videos, even if you have to pull a lot of teeth like I did today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.